Millionaire by 24. This is going to be the journey behind all of it, my finances, my habits, my emotions, the trials and tribulations, the highs, the lows. I've never really seen anyone do something like this where they've showed their entire life and then made it, and I know I'm going to make it, so why wouldn't I document it? And if, there's videos before this of me trying to give advice when I'm broke. It just doesn't really make sense. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not taking them down. And then there's other journey videos before this one, but this is kind of I don't know, it's set the goal and everything's working to obtain it. And then I'll have goals after that, like financial freedom. And then even further, I already have the next one kind of up here planned out. I'm starting to get to it a little bit, but the main goal is Millionaire by 24. And so that's what everything in this vlog is going to be based around. Next thing, it's backwards, so you're not gonna be able to see it very well, but fuck it, we're gonna go with it. Just my habit tracker. So I came back on the 9th, that's why it starts on the 9th, and that's also when my dad gave me the calendar. It's my dad's business, so pretty fucking cool, right? Entrepreneurship is just in the blood. Both my grandfathers owned a business, my father owns one. Pattern, right? Trend if it's a third time, and that's me, so trending. So morning, I write my goals, my top 10 goals every day. Notebook's over there, just one of these guys. Nothing fancy. Then I work on 100 minutes for Archi, whatever that entails, that's what I do. We'll go into that a little bit later. And then the third habit is workout. So whatever, it's resistance, cardio, whatever I'm doing that day. After work, so I have a full-time job, so it's like Carweiser, and that's 8 hours, or have school. So that takes up a shit ton of time. So after work habits is after the work. This makes sense, right? So I read, eat, and trade. That's the habits. Reading and trading for 30 minutes to an hour each, and then eating is making sure I'm not eating out. So I schedule a lot of time for it. And then nightly habits, that's stretching, visualizing, and writing down everything I wrote in my notepad. So what I do is I go on walks or whatever. If I ever think of ideas for Archi, this, whatever it is, I always write it down. So that back there, you'll see in a minute. But yeah, so I started on the 9th, like I said, or maybe I didn't. It's when I got back from my hometown, and I've been doing it every day, and I haven't really, I don't think I missed. So I didn't really know what the habits were. I was kind of figuring out what my habits were. That's why it's it goes from 3 to 2, and then this is kind of like a 1. So technically I didn't get 100%, but I really didn't even know what I was doing and what the habits were. But now I have a really good idea of my daily schedule. I'm locked and loaded in school. I'm more comfortable with the job. So it's a better system. So I'm getting used to it, and the 10th, it's now the 31st, and I haven't missed a day. So we're going pretty good. The main proponent and what will scale pretty fast is Archi. Now, Archi started as a hub for AI tools, but since I've niched it down to just medical students. So I've niched it down to just medical students, and so what I'm doing right now is reaching out to doctors or people with their MD and asking what tools help them the best. And so the start of the journey with Archi is going to be me doing cold outreach to these doctors on Twitter. So when you see these lead lists and me being a little bit tired from it, yeah, that's what's on the docket for the start. So yeah, enjoy. We're doing good. I just spent the past 2 hours scraping leads from physicians and people in residency programs, so I can reach out, ask what tools are the most helpful, and then take their answers and then develop a path to then build the site on Archi, And then I'm going to reach out to med students and undergrads that are looking to become physicians. So it was a lot. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's a lot of names. It's a lot of names. It took some time. But I've got like 500 now, so I think that's good starting point. I kind of diversified, so I have some on Twitter, some on LinkedIn. Twitter's so much easier, but I just remember from one of my previous business ventures, like I tried to do outreach and it would like cut me short or wouldn't let me send as many messages. So like I just wanted a backup plan in case that happened again, just so my outreach didn't slow down. What was actually the most helpful is, so I would search like MDs, and that, like, no disrespect, but I was finding like older physicians in the industry, and it's not that their opinion is invalid, it's just that there's so many different online tools now, and the tests and exams have changed so much. So I really wanted to find like younger people that have kind of gone through and used tools like Anki and all these other things, because if I, you know, so that's also why I have a question on there. It's like, what year did you graduate medical school? So I can kind of get like an understanding of the time horizon. So if they say, oh, I didn't use any online tools, well, it matters if they graduated in 1970 or they graduated last year, right? Like that makes a big difference, because obviously they weren't going to use an online tool back then. But what I found is really helpful is the biggest blessing. Like the medical students have this term called PGY, and it just literally means PGY1, like postgraduate year one. So it's like PGY1. So you literally just go on Twitter and you type in PGY1 and you find a huge list of people that have just graduated medical school. I couldn't have asked for a better system. And yeah, I mean, I have like 500 names now, so all that's really left to do is just set up the data tracking, set up the funnels, set up the systems, and then just reach out. So that'll probably be what's next. But yeah, that's it for today's Archi update. 6 a.m. now, off to the gym. It's pouring rain, don't know if you can hear it, but don't matter to me. All right, so you know the goal, you know the path, but how do you get there? Well, we got to track the finances. So I do this thing where I track everything I've spent and everything I've earned each month. And so each month I can give an update on exactly where I am net worth wise. So yeah, let's look into it. All right, so this is full transparency. I just calculated this. So you got B of A, Novo, these are all my bank accounts, these are my trading accounts. Total balance right now is 5K. So I say like 0 to a millionaire, but I mean, it's. And then my net profit and remaining balance, this is without trading. I'm expecting it to be 107K for this year. And then the plan is either the majority of that, the extra money to become a millionaire, is from Archi or multiplying that wealth. So I promised to document the highs and the lows. And so I had in a video call, it was great. Sold it probably too soon, but I'm not that mad about that one. The one I'm really pissed about is Meta. So around like just like 370, it broke out of a certain price, and I put in a limit order, and I didn't really understand limit orders at the time of placing the order, and it never opened the position. And well, now Meta's at 470. It went up like 20% today. So that's a little frustrating because, you know, I got the call right. I understood all the indicators and the metrics. I understood everything. I made the trade, but it just didn't go through. And now this is what I get to look at. That, I don't even know if you can see that very well. That is just so unfortunate. Wow. Well, learning experience, I guess. Jeez. So I'm in a tough predicament here. I bought when it broke all-time highs. So I bought at like 520, I think, was my entry, and then I sold at 600 at this point of resistance right here. But now it's like, I just think it's gonna just keep fucking pumping. I just don't. I mean, I think it's gonna consolidate around this fib, but I mean, dude, if it consolidates around here and
looks like it's going higher. I mean, this sounds like a terrible idea, but I might just have to buy back in. Man, this stock is fucking crazy. But yeah, looking good.
I'm in the midst of torrential downpour, so hopefully you can hear me, but that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I just ask that if there's something you see I can improve upon, leave a comment. It really helps. I do read the comments, maybe not at a later date, but for next video, you can kind of expect more of the outreach and how the content creation process is going, since that's part of the journey as well. So hope you enjoyed.